Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Now today I want to talk a little bit about keeping up a streak, right? It doesn't matter what it is you're doing. Say you're trying to quit drinking, or say you're trying to do something more positive like going to the gym, right? Anything that you're trying to do on a regular basis, let's call that a streak, right? The longer you do it, the longer your streak is. You know how there's that Snapchat thing of like if you talk to someone one day and then you talk to them again another day, it's your streak, right? That's the modern interpretation of a streak, and we're using that kind of interpretation for this, right? So let's say you want to go to the gym every single day and that's your goal. And you keep to this streak, you do it for a month, right? And by the end of the month, it's kind of like, right? It's hard than it looks. And you keep trying to do it, you keep trying to get up there, right? And the longer that you're doing it, right? You've been doing this for a month straight and it seems like you're getting a little bit weaker each time, right? So you wander off, okay? You forget about it for a while. You lose your streak, right? Then you come back, right? And you give it another go. Suddenly, right? You can do it more, right? And you can get more of it done, right? And that lasts for a little bit, right? But it's not another 30 days before you're struggling with it again. It's another 4 or 5, right? And then you wander off again, like this. And you're gone. And then you come back. And now you might be able to do it once. And then that's it. You've lost it, whatever it was. And now you're going to have to wait again for you to get that thing back. And that takes a whole organic set of circumstances, which aren't something that you can force upon yourself. You can't just keep going to the gym every day because you won't, right? You've lost the streak. Deal with it, right? So I think keeping a streak is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly important. When I first started going to the gym, I said to myself, I want to go every single day. And I wanted to do 30 minutes on the treadmill, and then I wanted to do 20 lifts with the dumbbells. I wanted to do 20 of them things, I don't know what it's called, that machine. I wanted to do 20 of that shoulder machine. I wanted to do 20 of that machine, right? And then I wanted to get in the shower, because you had to go into the swimming pool, and I wanted to do 10 laps, right? So that was a lot, right? And I realized it was a lot after about 2 weeks when my muscles really started to ache. But I kept going to the gym, but just not doing quite as much. I would spend I decided I won't do legs, I won't do arm stuff today. I'll only do leg stuff, a leg day as they call it, right? So I did that, right? And I did my 30 minutes on the treadmill. But the 30 minutes on the treadmill was a bit harder than it normally was, right? And then I went to the swimming pool, and doing those 10 laps was a little bit harder as well. And then eventually I gave up on the running and all that stuff, and I just went for the swimming pool, right? And I started off saying, I'm gonna do 10 laps, right? Do you see, I've sort of kept like the streak because I've lost it a little bit at this point. I've stopped going for a couple days and I come back and I'm only doing the swimming, right? So I'm coming back and I'm only doing the swimming, I'm doing 10, right? I do 10 of them, right? And I come back. And then the next day, I do another 10, right? And then I kind of lose my streak again. And I need to build up the courage to go back to the gym. And it's been a couple of days, so I go back and I think, okay, I'm just gonna do 5 because I'm tired. I've got stuff to do, I'm busy, right? I just need to be done with this. So I do 5, and then I do 5 for the next month, right? And the streak has now become do 5 a day rather than do 10 a day plus all this other stuff, right? And then it goes from 5 down to 3. And now I'm only doing 3 fucking laps a day, right? And then eventually I don't even do that. So I've lost the streak continually because I fell off that one time. You fall off the cliff one time, you can't just get back on it, right? And I don't mean to use this as a sort of scare tactic, make sure that you go to the gym every single day and do a million other different things, even if it fucking kills you, because I'm not like that, right? If you're having a really hard time with it, maybe just go and just relax in the sauna or whatever you might have there. Have a long shower and just do some swimming about, right? But actually go every single day. I stopped going every single day. And before I knew it, I was going once a week. Right? And then before I knew it, I was going once every 2 weeks. And then I cancelled the gym subscription because I just thought it's not worth it, right? I'm paying 35 quid a month here so that I can fucking, not go to the gym for 28 days out of the week and then go for 2. It's not worth it. So why would I do any of this? So I'm planning on going back to the gym soon, but I want to get myself really, really raring to go. I want to be at the point where I could do the 10 laps and the fucking running and the machines, right? Every single day. Right? I want to get back into that state and make the streak last longer, because now I know and I have learned what happens when you fall off from a streak. When you fall off a streak, you can't get back on it, right? Because you've fallen off, right? It's not just falling onto the floor, it's falling off of something, right? You fell off, right? And all you can do is try and climb your way back up that cliff to get back to where you started, right? And it's hard. It's hard to do all of this. If you fall off a streak, then you are kind of fucked. This is why I've been making so many Johnny Mozza videos lately for this channel. I've been doing a lot of these particular videos at the moment. I'm trying to get like 2 done a day. And I feel like if I fell off and I did none for one day, it would become so much harder for me to do any videos at all, because I'd fallen off. And it's happened to me in the past where I've ended up, like in June, for instance, I uploaded every other day, but I'd only made 2 videos in that month. I recorded 2 videos, right? I've recorded more than that today, right? Because I've gotten back into my streak, and I want to keep that streak up as long as physically possible, because I know that I can do it, and I know that you can do it for whatever it is that you're doing. If you're quitting drinking, for instance, if you have that one drink, you've broken the streak, and it becomes that much harder to get on top of it. And I know that they like to say, it's not failure if you relapse once, and I'm not saying that it is. I'm not trying to blame you in any kind of way. I'm just saying that it's good to avoid this stuff so that you can just make your streak last longer. The longer you make your streak last, the better a position you'll be in, right? That's what I'm trying to say to you. If you can make this streak last as long as you physically can, you will do so much better, because I think the power comes from the repetition and the knowing and the consistency, right? I think consistency is a lot more impressive than singular achievements, Someone who fucking got a degree, right? They didn't just get a degree once, they went to study 5,000 times or whatever, right? They crammed, they stayed up, did all-nighters, they did loads of theses and fucking essays and stuff. That's what impresses me, not just the fucking doctorate fucking hat, right? None of that stuff impresses me, because that's just a singular event, right? But someone who does something day in and day out, again and again and again with consistency, that's where the impressiveness comes from. So if you're going to the gym, try and go on a regular basis. Doesn't have to be every day. I might not even do every day. I might do every other day this time, just so that I'm a bit more balanced, because it's very easy to overexert yourself and then burn yourself out, which means that you end up forcing yourself off of the streak, which is a topic for an entire other day, probably a topic that I've already done videos about. So what you can do is just keep yourself going. Try and keep yourself balanced, but try and keep yourself consistent. Consistency is the ultimate form of being, right? If you can keep this up in a consistent manner, you can do things that you could never fucking believe that you could do. You can achieve things that you never thought you could achieve, right? And for instance, recording these videos, for instance, when I start doing them all the time, right, on a regular basis, I start bringing the camera out all over the place, right? I start doing them when I'm like out with friends and stuff. I start, we're all at the pub, and then I go, I'm just gonna go film a video. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. Bam, done. That's another video, done. And I enjoy that. To me, that's all really exciting. Right now, I'm going to see a mate, right? And I'm recording videos along the way. I didn't used to do that as much, and now I'm doing it more and more and more, which allows me to find new interesting locations. I mean, this isn't a vastly interesting location, but it allowed me to do that pull-up fucking analogy and probably alert the fucking police to wherever the hell it is I am. So the point that I'm trying to make overall is that if you have a streak of anything, and let me know in the comments what you're trying to do consistently and what your streak is, right? Let me know what it is, and we can try and support each other to keep that streak going, for instance. If you're making short films, for instance, right? If you're trying to make them regularly, you'll do a lot more and a lot more interesting short films than if you just try and make one short film at a time. Bam, short film in May. Another short film whenever I feel like it. October. Another one when I feel like it. March. Another one when I feel like it. The July after that year, right? And it just keeps going like that. And you can do so much better if you just keep yourself consistent, right? And it can be for positive things, doing actively, and it can be for cutting out negative things. So it's either or, really. And yeah, that's going to be it from me. thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. I hope you managed to get something out of it. Love you all. You're all fantastic. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. What streaks have you been trying to keep up lately? And if you have been trying to keep up a streak, how successful have you been with it? Are you doing well? Have you fallen off recently? And if you have fallen off, have you found that it's harder to get back into it than it was before when you started the first time? Because I think when you do it for the first time, you got all that passion, and when you fall off, you're a little bit defeated. So you come back to it and you're not quite as passionate about it, but you're kind of like, oh, I need to do it, I need to do it. Or it just becomes that little bit harder, really. And yeah, I think that's going to be it from me. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.